What's up guys, I'm back with the Cringey Intros, and today we're going to be unboxing this Pokemon figure of Cynthia and Garchomp. Now, I actually had this pre-ordered, but it took a while because I actually had it shipped by C-mail. At the time, I think it would have costed me $90 to ship it by DHL, so there was no way I was doing that. I think I mentioned this in my art print haul video, but I think Cynthia's awesome. She gives off total queen vibes. She rocks a very classy black outfit, and she commands a terrifying land shark. What's not to love? As you probably noticed from the box, in Japan, her name is Sharona, and Garchomp is called Gaburiyasu, which makes me want to name my next Garchomp Gabby. So this figure is made by Kotobukiya, and it's part of their ARTFX J line, and they made a bunch of other Pokemon figures such as Red and May, but they usually cost around the 9,500 yen mark, and they come with a little Pokemon. Cynthia, on the other hand, costs roughly 14,500 yen, which is 5,000 more, but you get a not-so-little Pokemon. So this figure is a 1/8 scale, just like the other Pokemon figures, which I was kind of disappointed at first, but I'm kind of glad, and you'll see why. Taking a quick spin around the box, you can see there's photos of Cynthia and Garchomp, and on the back there is one a little bit more blown up, and on the front there's a little window. I will say, if I saw this at a store, this would not sell me on the figure. You can barely see anything in there, but it's not as bad as the top view, which I don't even know why they included this because you can't really see anything from this, so I don't know why this little sunroof is here. The figure opens up from the top, and you can see there's a lot of blister packaging here. On the inside of the box, if we zoom in, you can see that there is a cool blue pattern of their names and Garchomp plastered all over. Taking the blister out of the packaging, you can see why the box was so big. Basically, Cynthia and Garchomp come in two separate containers. So for now, we'll set Cynthia aside, and we're gonna take a look at Garchomp. So you can see that she is a very big girl. So you definitely get your money's worth in terms of raw materials and plastic, but I definitely love the way she looks from the sides. Garchomps naturally have lines as part of their design, like on their head, neck, and tail, so the seam lines on the figure look really natural. She's also got a nice set of pearly whites. And just so you can get a sense of how big she is, like here is her next to the Rathalos figure we previously unboxed, and you can just see the size difference, especially when you look at it from above. Garchomp might not have the same level of detail as Rathalos, but overall it just feels way more intimidating to me. Anyways, I think it's time we get to Cynthia. And here she is decked out all in black on a rock base. I do wish the folds in her clothing were a little more prominent, and I think the fur on the ends of the sleeves and the jacket could look a little bit better. It just looks a little too plasticky. Of course, Cynthia also has her iconic hair pieces that have that gold ring that's a little bit shiny, and her shoes are the same design as well, and they're a little bit reflective. Here you can see a little bit better at the shading of the outfit, as well as the coat fur. Like a lot of figures, she has that seam line in her head. Taking a look at the hair, you can see that it's one big piece that actually splits into 3 ends. So while the majority of the hair is all fused together, there are some with a little bit of space in between. So now we can take a look at them together. Of course, if you want to, you can always split them separately. As you can see, there's a little space at Garchomp's base where Cynthia fits in. If you take a closer look, you can see that the base is supposed to line up perfectly, which is unfortunate that it's not a smooth circle, so you just can't rotate it all willy-nilly. And even if you try, Cynthia's hair kind of gets in the way. So this is what it looks like when she's kind of looking directly at you, but personally I kind of prefer her looking off to the side. Of course, the only downside is that, yeah, Cynthia's arm kind of blocks Garchomp's face. I feel that you only really get a sense of how big Garchomp is when you look at it from the side, especially on the left. So I think I'm going to be putting Cynthia and Garchomp next to my other Pokemon figures, but you can see that Garchomp is already taking up so much space. She's kind of blocking all the stuff behind it. Once you add in Cynthia, I think this looks pretty good. I do think the figure just looks better at a downward angle rather than looking at it leveled. This display is so cramped that it's actually pushing the Mega House figure a little off, so I'm going to rearrange this. In the end, all I did was just swap the two on the left, but I think that looks pretty good for now. Overall, I think if you're a fan of Pokemon's more simple and cartoony art style, this figure is worth it. I think Kotobukiya did a good job with what they had, especially for a character dressed all in black. So that is the Cynthia and Garchomp figure, but let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Pokemon or figures. But as always, thanks for watching, subscribing would be awesome, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye bye.